And we're going to clink our
5,
mugs.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to this week's Facebook Live on MLC TV.
How is everybody doing today? Sorry, Meg.
Happy Tuesday! Goodness, lots of stuff going on, and as you can see, we have a special guest we will introduce momentarily. But this year, we are trying to incorporate different team members in various departments throughout the MLC. We feel like they have a lot of insight and can provide maybe some tips and guidelines to some of our players out there. And so today we've got our first special guest.
Yes, and this is Audra, and she's the Inside Sales Manager.
Welcome, Audra.
Thank you.
So how long have you been working at the Mississippi Lottery Corporation?
I have been at the Mississippi Lottery Corporation since day one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Part of the startup team.
Okay.
Part of the startup team. Okay, before you go into what you do, have you previously worked at a lottery before?
Yes, I actually was part of the startup team for Arkansas Lottery.
Awesome. So we
So
have
this
a
is
veteran.
working on my 16th year in lottery.
Wow.
That's amazing. And your second startup. So were you with Arkansas from day one also?
Day one,
Okay.
2009.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I didn't know that. And we both started at the same time. See, I've just learned something. Well, what do you do here at the MLC?
Well, here at Mississippi Lottery, I am inside sales manager. So I work with the sales team.
Okay.
My previous life, I was on the finance side. I was a headquarters claims manager.
Okay.
So,
Well, what does being an inside sales team member and manager entail? What do you do for the players who don't know?
well, formally, the description is I review and set and distribute the goals and instant ticket information for the inside sales team. In short, we do everything instance scratchers, or some people call them cards. That's what we deal with in my department.
So here at the Mississippi Lottery Corporation, our inside sales team, you guys are constantly on the phone, touching base with retailers, checking the needs of their orders, if they need new play slips, if the jackpots are really high, you guys push those as well. So there's a lot that goes on with this specific group of employees. There's so much to the lottery, and we feel, again, that bringing in special guests like this may help you learn a little bit more about what we do. It's not just scratch-offs in a bin out at your local retailer. It's a lot. So we'll cover each
Department.
thank you, over the course of the next several months. So this is kind of redundant, though, but who do you all communicate with the most?
Well, my team, of course, we are sales, but our team communicates the most with other MLC departments. The LSRs, which are part of the outside sales teams, those are out there on the ground in stores. We communicate with them a lot, and also IGT, which is our instant ticket vendor, because they are to get the tickets out, and we have to communicate with them to make sure our retailers have what they need.
Right. So all of our tickets, when they are shipped from our vendor, are shipped to a warehouse here. And so when you say that you communicate with IGT, you're talking to those warehouse members specifically, letting them know how many packs each retailer needs, right?
Well, the system, we actually complete the orders, speak with the retailers weekly. Each inside sales specialist, which is my team, has a particular retailer that they call on a particular day of the week every week.
Okay.
Sometimes the retailers call in, and the orders are completed through the system, and IGT fills those orders.
Okay. It's
Yes.
kind of like
So
an
that's
internal system, like a
internal
little
system.
updated invoice sort of thing that they get, okay, in real time. All right, let's take a break for a minute. I see we have a couple of people. Oh, we've got Maggie. Hey, Maggie. So for frequent players, can we get the play slips sent to our home? You cannot. Sorry. Okay, and then somebody says, put Sarah Beth on. Sarah Beth is one of our customer service team members, so we will feature that group at some point. All right, what are steps for a game to be delivered to be a retailer? Again, a lot of this may be redundant, but I think it's important for players to know.
Well, Initially, first when retailers when they become Mississippi Lottery retailers and they want to sell the instant tickets and they go through the steps, that's a part of Sarah Beth's department. I get the notification to send an initial ticket order. I do that initially, and then they're assigned to an inside sales specialist that speaks with them weekly about their weekly orders. So that's how the tickets, and it depends on how a particular game sells in that area for that retailer, and what they communicate with their inside sales specialist on what they actually get in their store to sell, and the spaces they have available. We have some retailers that sell on average 24 games. We have some that have 50, 70. So
are those some of the like physically larger stores that sell more, or does it doesn't matter?
Or is some larger stores, and some, I think the other L word that really matters is location. Yeah, the locations that have more traffic coming through and they're going to sell more, so they want more games. But that is what they speak with their specialists about every week. Okay, now monthly, mostly this the first Tuesday of every month, they're going to get new games. It's called the new game lunch. That comes from the warehouse. It's an initial allocation of new games. This past month, it came out December 29th because we had the new year coming. So the first Tuesday was going to be after the new year. So we got those games out a little early. But usually it's the first Tuesday of every month, and that comes from the warehouse. We don't order those initially.
Okay, so they just automatically
from the warehouse.
Awesome. And another thing I find interesting too, you mentioned location. In certain areas, like I think you said closer to the DeSoto County area, like Jumbo Bucks is really popular because that was a Tennessee game, right?
Yes.
And then on the coast, Cruising the Coast is really popular. And then, of course, in the Tupelo area, the Elvis ticket has a popularity that sort of coincides with that Elvis festival.
That's correct. We have many areas in the state that like all games, but we do have particular games that certain areas, whether it's north of DeSoto County or the coast, they like a particular game that kind of, I guess, resonates with their area. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Mary Clark, your turn.
Yeah.
Questions?
Okay. So, what is your most asked question, or what's the most frequent thing you hear
From retailers?
Yes.
We hear a lot.
I guess regarding players, right?
Yeah, like something that would pertain to players, like something that would be helpful that players don't realize.
Well, one thing that I would like, because I do deal with the retailers more, which are inside sales customers. The players are our customers, the retailers are our customers because they're, selling our product. But one thing I would say for players, when dealing with retailers, you want to always check your tickets first before you hand them to the clerk or who's ever in the store on their side of the counter. And Mississippi Lottery has ticket checkers on your side of the counter, and you can always, if it's an instant, scratch that bottom barcode or scan the bottom of that draw style game and check your ticket on your side of the counter and read the screen. And I think that would be very helpful for misunderstandings, because sometimes people have misunderstandings even on the other side of the counter, and I think that is a great thing, a major thing. Another major thing for players is play responsibly.
Yes.
Have fun, but play responsibly.
Yeah, that is very important.
Yeah, so that would be for players. For the retailers, I would say the major thing they need to know is, and most do know that instant tickets have a life cycle, and when games are out of stock, it means they are out of stock, no longer available for ordering. So, if you call back 3 times to 7 times after it's out of stock, it's still not going to be available for ordering.
It's not just going to reappear.
No, it's not going to reappear.
Okay, so
sometimes games do come back, but it's a new game number, similar look, but it's not that game. So when it's out of stock, it's out of stock.
Okay. Do retailers ever offer any other suggestions, like a way to make perhaps the whole transaction smoother, like maybe don't scratch your tickets at the counter, or be sure and sign the back of your ticket?
Do retailers make those suggestions? Retailers make a lot of suggestions. Yes. I think it depends on the store. Some stores actually designated area for players to play
I've
and
seen that.
scratch,
I
and
like
a trash
that.
can there. Some want you to just go outside. They don't want you to. It depends, I guess, how much space they have and how much traffic they have. But yeah.
You mentioned a trash can, and somebody asked a question earlier about second chance. Kiki Tinsley did. So if you are scratching your ticket and you can clearly see it's a losing ticket, you scratch the barcode, scan it to double check it's a losing ticket. For second chance, what you do is create an account on our website, mslottery.com, click the second chance button, and then once your account has been created, the system will walk you through the process of entering the information for your non-winning ticket. And then when we announce an end of game schedule, we'll have a drawing, a second chance drawing, and your losing ticket could potentially win a top prize.
And there's a second chance drawing coming up on April 2nd.
Right.
And we'll be updating y'all on social media about those games and when the last day to claim. Is that the last date we have?
Yep, the last day to claim is at the end of
think it's
March, I believe.
28th.
March 28th, yes. And this coincides too. A couple of people have asked if we can scan the tickets online or if we have an app. We do not, as usual. We're still looking into that as we build and grow the lottery. We know that would be a huge convenience for everybody. So stay patient. Thank you. All right, moving back to you, Audra. Okay, this is a fun one. What is your favorite part of your workday?
I think I really like every
You
part of my
always
workday.
walk in smiling.
Yeah,
I
I'm
will
a
say that.
morning person, so yeah, I'm prepared when I come in. I do like the top of the morning the most.
You are very positive. I'm like grumbling over my first sip of coffee, and Audra is walking in, greeting everyone, usually bearing gifts, fruit, little happies. It's somebody's birthday. Very good for morale.
Yeah, well, thank you. But
So the first part of the day, then.
yeah, because we're getting ready to place the calls that are signed for that day, but we also have calls coming in, so it's kind of,
Lots of
hopping.
energy.
Yeah, so
I feel like you
like
guys need some like hype music in the morning. You need a walk-in song.
Yeah, I might look into that.
All right, let's see. Some more questions. Let's see. Will we ever do a live drawing on Cash 3 and 4? That is a popular question, and never say never, but right now, like a lot of other lottery jurisdictions, we use a random number generator, and so it's all done by a technical team, and once those results have come in, they are uploaded to our website. All right, is there a question? But, okay, what is this? When will the Mississippi Lottery play and purchase tickets online, not at the store? Some clerks don't want to bother with it. Okay, so based on the lottery legislation, the lottery law, we are not permitted to sell tickets online, and so that's not anything we're in charge of. We have to follow the law, so we just can't do it. Right now, you have to physically go into a store, purchase your tickets, and play the lottery games that way. Let's see. Any other tidbits you want to add?
No, I appreciate y'all for this opportunity.
Yeah, we're so glad that you get to come on here and just share your parts of experience because there's just so much that go into the lottery that a lot of
There
people
are.
would not think.
There are multi-departments, and then even within my department, I'm in sales, I'm inside sales, and there's an entire team of people outside in different counties doing things in stores with the lottery. And yeah.
So one of the really cool things about working here at the Mississippi Lottery is that everyone, in my opinion, regardless of the department where you're working, I feel like we all really work well as a team together. As,
Yes.
You know, we've been here since day one, and so there are a lot of questions or issues sometimes where I'm just sort of befuddled, and you know, I can usually zone in on which team member can answer the question, and I know I rely on you and your team a lot to help with player questions and things like that.
Yeah, and retailer.
Yes,
Sure,
retail.
sure,
You know, speaking of retailer questions, sometimes players will let us know if a machine is down because some of the locations have the vending machines. What is the proper protocol when that occurs?
Okay, it would be to call the retailer hotline. They have
And that number's on our website, right?
It is on our website, and it's on a pamphlet that their LSR has provided. But when there's a vending machine or an issue with their terminal equipment, it's the same vendor that I speak with about the instant games. It's IGT.
Okay.
So they would call them, they would provide their retailer information, what's going on, and they will either help them troubleshoot the issue or get a check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And I want to add, you said you always come to, me and my team for questions. Sometimes we go through training on new things, promotions and all that. And it's a quick training, so we may get a little bit of it, but not all of it. So to get more details, to get a better understanding, we always go to the website. So I want to thank y'all for our beautiful website.
Yeah.
And the information is out there. You just read through it. Your promotions and how to play, second chance.
Prizes
all out
remaining,
there. Right.
search your numbers. We do send a lot of emails about a lot of promotions and new games and stuff like that. But again, it takes the team as a whole to make it operate. Even our lovely technical team who doesn't like to speak. Let's see. Do you have locations in other counties to pick up your money, or do you have to come to Flowood? Okay, I'm going to let you answer that. You, Audra?
Oh, well, to pick up your money, as they're speaking about like the claims department. Yeah, Flowood is the office, but you can also mail in your claims.
That's right. Just go to our website.
And I learned that because, of course we're training, but also on the website. The details of mailing it in is all out there on the website.
Yep, you can download a claim form and everything. All right, Queet has another comment. A few stores around my neighborhood removed the lottery machine from their store. Why is that? I would guess multiple factors might be in play. Do you have any
It could be a
insight?
retailer request. It could be a sales issue. It could be a technical issue. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be a variety of
It could be a
factors.
variety of factors, correct.
Okay, do you guys mind scrolling up one more time so we can review? We have lots of comments.
And Judy said something right there.
Judy, why do some stores tell you they don't have cash, that you will have to go to another store for amounts of around $200? That's kind of a multi-tiered answered question too. Some stores, we encourage all retailers to pay up to $599 in winnings. Now, much like their hours of operation, we can't monitor that. We can't tell them when to sell, when to not. We want them to sell lottery tickets whenever they're open. So some stores just designate certain times to redeem prizes based on maybe a particular manager or an employee.
Or the time of day. Sometimes when they first open, they may have a small till up, and
Might not have gone to the bank yet.
right. Or
whatever.
late hours, they have a smaller till possibly, and they don't have the money, or they drop. I've heard some retailers when players call in and complain about that, they'll say if they would just stay, for a few minutes, and then we could get the money from the other customers coming in.
Yeah.
They don't just turn them away always.
Right.
But it's a variety of reasons. We're not sure about every store.
And some of the stores, maybe, chains, they may have a chain-wide policy where they're only permitted to pay out up to a certain amount of money. So a lot of these are factors out of our control, but like I said, we encourage everyone to pay up to $5.99. I mean, it helps everybody if they do it, right?
Right.
Players are happy. Retailers typically get repeat customers if they know that they're going to be paid.
And the question also said, why don't they have the cash? I think there are multiple ways that they can play. They can redeem a ticket. And some stores, some chains, I think, will give money order, partial money order as well.
Yeah, they'll pay up to a certain amount in cash and then give a money order on top of that. But typically, wherever you're located, there's at least one retailer who is going to be known for paying out.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. What else, guys? Anything? I think we got them all. And as a reminder, if you're not able to tune in right at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, the comment section is open all day, every day. I mean, we have people comment on old Facebook Lives from months ago. So we're constantly monitoring social media and we'll answer your questions or concerns to the best of our abilities. Audra, thank you. This has been a treat.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Until next time, have fun, y'all.